Hey there, and welcome to the channel. If you're looking to level up your social skills, master attraction, and build deeper connections, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into some of the most effective strategies that not only boost your confidence, but also make you unforgettable in the eyes of others. These techniques are rooted in psychology and communication, drawing from the wisdom of ancient philosophies like Stoicism and modern social science. In today's video, we're going to explore how to leave a lasting impression without saying much, how to manage emotional dynamics with subtle push and pull, and the power of small gestures that can shift the entire energy of your interaction. These tactics aren't about manipulation, they're about creating genuine connections, building attraction, and keeping things exciting. Whether you're looking to navigate dating dynamics, improve your personal relationships, or simply become more charismatic in your day-to-day interactions, you'll find these insights valuable. We'll also look at how you can use curiosity, anticipation, and emotional intelligence to make every conversation more engaging and memorable. So if you're ready to transform the way you connect with others, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Stay tuned, because we have some amazing tips that you won't want to miss. Let's dive in and start making your social life more dynamic and magnetic. Number 1. The first impression. The first impression is incredibly powerful. In a world where interactions are brief and time is precious, the way you present yourself in the first few moments of meeting someone can have a lasting impact. Research shows that people often form an opinion about you in the first 7 seconds of meeting, and those initial judgments can influence their perception of you for years. So why is the first impression so crucial? It all comes down to the brain's tendency to categorize information quickly, often relying on superficial cues like body language, tone of voice, and even your choice of words. These early moments set the stage for everything that follows. In many ways, your first impression is like setting the tone of a symphony. It is your opportunity to communicate confidence, warmth, and approachability in one fell swoop. You don't need to say much at all to make an impact. Often, it's how you present yourself nonverbally that does the heavy lifting. The way you walk into a room, your posture, your smile, and the way you make eye contact are all signals that the other person picks up on almost immediately. In fact, body language makes up a large percentage of our communication. Studies suggest that as much as 93% of communication is nonverbal. This means that before you even open your mouth, you're already sending powerful signals about your level of self-assurance and your attitude toward the other person. The key to making a strong first impression is authenticity. People can sense when someone is being fake or putting on an act. Authenticity doesn't mean revealing your deepest secrets within the first few minutes, but it does mean being genuine in your approach. When you're confident in who you are and comfortable with yourself, that radiates to others. A genuine smile, an authentic handshake, or simply a relaxed demeanor can make someone feel more at ease with you, encouraging trust and connection. Equally important is the energy you bring to the interaction. The first impression is your chance to convey your enthusiasm and engagement. When you show that you're interested in the person in front of you, whether through your body language, attentive listening, or thoughtful responses, you signal that you value their presence. People are drawn to those who make them feel seen and heard, and it's often the smallest gestures that make the biggest impact. For example, leaning in slightly when someone speaks or maintaining steady eye contact demonstrates that you are fully engaged in the conversation and that you care about what they're saying. Another element of making a strong first impression, the ability to make the other person feel comfortable. This is especially crucial when meeting someone new, whether in a professional setting, a social event, or a casual encounter. The goal is to establish rapport quickly and make them feel at ease. You can do this by using open body language, maintaining a relaxed posture, and showing interest in what they have to say. Also, keep in mind that humor is a great tool for breaking the ice. A light, playful comment can disarm any tension and create an immediate sense of connection. Number 2. The power of mirroring. Mirroring is a subtle yet highly effective technique used to build rapport and create a deeper sense of connection with others. It's the art of subtly mimicking the body language, speech patterns, or emotional tone of the person you're interacting with. This technique taps into the human instinct to bond with those who are similar to us, and it plays a significant role in how we form relationships and communicate with others. Whether in professional settings, friendships, or romantic encounters, mirroring has the power to enhance your interactions and create a sense of harmony and understanding. The reason mirroring works so well is grounded in psychology. Humans are naturally drawn to people who seem familiar or similar to them. By mirroring someone's behavior, you send the signal that you are on the same wavelength, both in terms of body language and emotional connection. It creates an unspoken sense of unity, which fosters trust and comfort. For instance, if you're speaking to someone who is relaxed and leaning slightly forward, subtly adopting a similar posture can convey that you are engaged and empathetic to their feelings. This shared body language tells them that you're on the same team, which encourages a deeper sense of connection and trust. Mirroring can also extend to more than just physical gestures. It can involve mimicking the tone, pace, and rhythm of a person's speech. If someone is speaking slowly and thoughtfully, adjusting your speaking style to match theirs can increase the likelihood that they will feel understood and valued. This alignment in communication style helps the conversation flow more smoothly and makes the interaction feel more natural and comfortable. It's about matching the vibe, which can help avoid any feelings of awkwardness or misalignment. One of the most fascinating aspects of mirroring is how instinctive it is. Research has shown that people often mirror others unconsciously. When we're in the presence of someone we're comfortable with, we naturally mimic their gestures, tone, and even facial expressions. However, intentionally using mirroring can deepen the connection. When you consciously adapt your behavior to match someone else's, it shows that you're fully present and paying attention. It can communicate empathy and help diffuse tension in tricky conversations or negotiations. However, there's an art to using mirroring effectively. While mimicking someone's body language can create rapport, overdoing it or being too obvious can make you seem insincere or even manipulative. It's crucial to strike a balance. Too much mirroring can feel forced and awkward, while too little can make the other person feel disconnected or ignored. The key is to be subtle. Small gestures like matching their posture or tone of voice can go a long way in creating rapport without making it obvious that you're trying to mirror them. In addition to building rapport, mirroring can also help manage emotions in a conversation. If someone is feeling anxious or upset, subtly mirroring their emotions and gestures can show empathy and understanding. Once the other person feels understood, they're more likely to open up and share their thoughts more freely, allowing the conversation to progress with greater ease. It's a simple yet powerful way to foster trust and emotional connection. The power of mirroring lies in its ability to create harmony between people, making them feel more understood and connected. By consciously adopting someone else's body language, speech patterns, or emotional tone, you can create an unspoken bond that fosters trust, comfort, and positive interaction. When used with authenticity and subtlety, mirroring becomes a powerful tool that strengthens relationships, encourages effective communication, and cultivates a deeper connection. Whether in social, professional, or romantic settings, the power of mirroring is a technique that can enhance your interactions and help you build stronger, more meaningful relationships. Number 3. Reverse the rules. One of the most powerful and counterintuitive strategies for building attraction and fostering a deeper connection is the concept of reversing the rules. This technique challenges conventional wisdom by flipping traditional dynamics on their head, often creating a sense of intrigue and mystery. At its core, reversing the rules involves breaking away from typical expectations and offering an unexpected yet thoughtful approach to interaction. It's about creating a contrast that catches attention and sparks curiosity. When done correctly, this tactic can significantly increase your appeal and draw people in. In most social situations, there are unspoken rules or expectations that people typically follow. For example, when trying to impress someone, the common advice is to be overly eager, attentive, and always available. However, By reversing these typical approaches, you present yourself as someone who is different, someone who doesn't conform to the standard playbook. Rather than chasing after someone's attention or approval, you make it clear that you're not easily swayed or dependent on validation. This shift in behavior signals confidence and independence, which can be incredibly attractive. It shows that you value yourself and your time, making your attention feel more valuable and rare. An effective way to implement this concept is by being less available than usual. While people often expect constant availability in today's world of instant communication, reversing this rule by not always responding immediately can create a sense of longing and anticipation. For instance, if someone sends you a text message, instead of replying right away, you might wait a few hours or even until the next day. This creates a sense of mystery, making the other person wonder why you're not rushing to respond. It taps into the psychology of scarcity. When something feels limited or rare, people tend to value it more. Reversing the rules doesn't just apply to communication, it also extends to behavior. For example, in a dating context, rather than constantly pursuing someone, you might take a step back and let them come to you. Instead of initiating every conversation or suggesting every date idea, allow them to take the lead sometimes. This reversal subtly shifts the power dynamic and can make the other person more interested in you as they start to feel the role of the pursuer. This doesn't mean playing games or being manipulative. It's about establishing an air of unpredictability that keeps people intrigued and invested. Another example of reversing the rules can be seen in how you express your interest. Instead of overwhelming someone with compliments or attention, offer just enough to spark their curiosity. Compliment them selectively, focusing on something unique or unexpected rather than the usual remarks on appearance or achievements. This makes your praise feel more sincere and thought out. By giving just a little, you'll keep the other person wondering what you see in them, and they'll naturally become more intrigued by you. Reversing the rules also applies to how you handle power dynamics in any relationship. Most people expect things to move in a predictable, linear way. When you reverse the order, whether it's by taking a step back emotionally or allowing the other person to take more control at certain points, it shifts the expectations and keeps things exciting. It encourages the other person to work for your attention and affection, which can create a deeper sense of appreciation and respect. Ultimately, the power of reversing the rules lies in how it plays with expectations. By breaking from the norm, you create a sense of novelty, which fuels attraction and connection. When people are unsure of what to expect from you, it makes them pay more attention, evaluate your behavior more carefully, and become more engaged. It's not about being unpredictable for the sake of chaos, but about creating an air of mystery and excitement. This subtle shift in approach makes you stand out and elevates the dynamic of the interaction, keeping the other person intrigued and eager to learn more. By reversing the rules with confidence, you create a captivating presence that draws others in and keeps them coming back for more. No 4. Your eyes flirt. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, and when it comes to attraction, this adage couldn't be more accurate. The power of eye contact cannot be overstated. It's one of the most subtle yet powerful tools in human interaction. When you learn how to use your eyes to flirt, you can communicate your interest, establish a connection, and create a magnetic presence without saying a word. Letting your eyes flirt is about mastering the art of nonverbal communication, using subtle cues to engage and intrigue the other person. Done correctly, it can be an incredibly effective way to draw someone in. One of the most impactful ways to use your eyes to flirt is through intentional eye contact. When you meet someone's gaze, hold it just long enough to show that you're present and focused on them, but not so long that it feels intense or uncomfortable. A brief glance followed by a subtle smile is a powerful signal that you're interested. This fleeting yet intentional contact makes the other person feel noticed and appreciated, sparking a sense of connection. It's important to maintain a calm, confident energy while making eye contact. This helps you come across as both secure and approachable. However, eye flirting goes beyond just staring. It's about playing with the tension in your gaze. One effective technique is the look away, then back method. You start by making eye contact, then look away for a moment, only to glance back at them again. This subtle move plays on the concept of curiosity and desire. By breaking the connection momentarily, you create a sense of longing or a chase, which keeps the other person engaged and intrigued. It's a flirtatious push and pull that keeps them wondering about your intentions and draws them in closer. Another key to letting your eyes flirt is the art of the lingering glance. Rather than darting your eyes away immediately, let them linger for a fraction of a second longer than normal. This can send a clear signal that you're interested without the need for words. It's a way to silently express attraction, creating a deeper sense of intimacy through a simple, unspoken exchange. The lingering glance can also be paired with a playful or coy smile, which adds a layer of charm and warmth to the interaction. Beyond the simple act of making eye contact, your eyes can also express a range of emotions that enhance the flirting process. You can use your eyes to convey excitement, amusement, or even mystery. For instance, a raised eyebrow combined with a mischievous smile can suggest playful intrigue, while a soft, intense gaze can express deeper interest. The way you use your eyes can tell the other person exactly how you feel about them, without you needing to articulate it. It's also important to be mindful of the subtle power of body language that comes with eye flirting. The way you position your body while making eye contact can amplify the effect. Leaning in slightly while looking at someone or tilting your head ever so slightly can signal that you're not only interested, but also engaged and open to deeper interaction. This body language creates an inviting atmosphere, drawing the other person in and making them feel special. The key to letting your eyes flirt is balance. Too little eye contact can make you seem disinterested or evasive, while too much can come off as overwhelming or aggressive. The trick is to find the sweet spot where your eyes show interest, intrigue, and confidence without pushing things too far. When used skillfully, eye flirting is a powerful form of nonverbal communication that can leave a lasting impression. It's subtle yet highly effective, creating a connection that feels natural and effortless. By letting your eyes do the flirting, you allow your gaze to convey emotions that words simply cannot, making it one of the most powerful tools in your attraction arsenal. Number 5. The ultimate weapon, push and pull. One of the most effective and intriguing techniques in the realm of attraction is the push and pull method. This strategy relies on the dynamic interplay of alternating between showing interest and pulling back, creating an emotional roller coaster that draws the other person in. It's an artful balance that makes the interaction feel exciting, unpredictable, and even thrilling. The push and pull method is akin to a dance, where you take a step forward and then pull back, keeping things engaging and leaving the other person wanting more. The push aspect refers to moments when you appear distant or disinterested, pulling away emotionally or physically. This may seem counterintuitive, but it's actually highly effective. When you back off, it creates a sense of mystery and unpredictability, making the other person wonder what's going on in your mind. The moment you become slightly elusive, they start questioning their own feelings and begin to chase the emotional connection. The pull comes in when you show interest again, giving the person a glimpse of your attention, affection, or desire. This creates a sense of reward when they feel you're actively engaged, but you don't fully let them in, leaving them wanting more. The beauty of the push and pull strategy is its ability to keep the other person emotionally invested without them realizing it. It works because it taps into the natural human desire for variety and excitement. If someone's emotions are too predictable or stable, they can become bored and disengage. However, when there's an unpredictable rhythm where emotions fluctuate between closeness and distance, it keeps them on their toes and piques their curiosity. This emotional up and down creates a sense of longing, which can be incredibly attractive. One way to implement this in conversations is by using subtle verbal cues. For example, during a conversation, you might say something like, "You're really great, but I'm not sure I can handle all your charm," followed by a playful wink or a smile. By adding a touch of humor and lightheartedness, you keep things fun and playful rather than intense or confrontational. Another example is to act somewhat aloof for a moment, and then suddenly show genuine interest, saying, "I've been thinking about what you said, and I have to admit I was wrong. You really know how to make me think. Physical gestures are also an essential part of the push and pull. It could be something as simple as giving them your full attention when you're talking to them, only to casually pull back when they begin to get too comfortable or expectant. For instance, you could engage in a deep conversation, and then just as they start to feel an emotional connection, pull away slightly and focus on something else for a moment. The simple shift in attention can be a signal that you're not fully ready to invest, which can spark intrigue and increase their desire for your attention. It's important to understand that the push and pull method works best when it's executed with balance and subtlety. Overdoing the push can make you seem distant or uninterested, while too much pulling can come off as manipulative or confusing. The goal is not to be cruel or calculated, but to add an element of excitement and suspense that makes the interaction more dynamic. Mastering this technique requires self-awareness and a keen sense of timing. It's about creating a rhythm of emotional highs and lows that leaves the other person feeling drawn to you, but pushed away. In essence, the push and pull technique is a psychological dance that creates a sense of mystery and intrigue. It's not about playing games, but rather about maintaining a delicate balance between showing interest and creating space. When used properly, this method can heighten attraction, spark curiosity, and leave a lasting impression. It's a powerful tool in the art of attraction, making the other person feel wanted, valued, and constantly intrigued. No. 6. Create a stir, then disappear. One of the most captivating techniques to leave a lasting impression and build intrigue is to create a stir and then disappear. This strategy works by strategically ending an interaction or conversation at its peak, leaving the other person intrigued and eager for more. The key here is to spark excitement and emotional engagement, then abruptly leave them wanting more, effectively controlling the pacing of the connection and amplifying curiosity. Imagine you're having a conversation with someone, and everything is going well. The energy is high, there's laughter, and the connection feels genuine. You've successfully built rapport, and it feels like the conversation is heading towards a natural conclusion. At this moment, rather than waiting for the conversation to fizzle out or gradually lose energy, you choose to make a strategic exit. It could be something simple like, "This has been a great conversation, but I have to run. Let's continue this soon." You don't wait for the interaction to lose its spark. Instead, you take control and leave while the interaction is still at its peak. The key to this strategy is to create anticipation without offering the full resolution or closure. By leaving the conversation open-ended, you ignite curiosity and make the other person wonder what will happen next. It's a powerful way of keeping someone emotionally invested, as humans are naturally drawn to what they can't fully have or experience right away. We are wired to desire what is uncertain or unavailable, and when you disappear at the right moment, you create that sense of mystery that keeps them coming back for more. Psychologically, this technique plays into the concept of variable reinforcement, a principle from behavioral psychology that explains how unpredictability and rewards can heighten interest and desire. When something is too easily accessible, it can lose its appeal, but when it's elusive and unpredictable, it becomes more attractive. By creating a stir, drawing someone in emotionally, and then disappearing, you trigger their dopamine system, the same system responsible for craving rewards and experiencing pleasure. The next time they think about you or anticipate your next interaction, their brain will crave that dopamine hit again, making them more likely to seek you out. This tactic works exceptionally well in social and romantic dynamics because it keeps the other person on their toes. It's not about being distant or playing hard to get, but rather about creating a natural sense of intrigue. If you're constantly available, the other person may begin to take your presence for granted, but when you leave at a high point, you send a subtle message that you're not always accessible, and this in turn heightens your perceived value. The benefit of this technique is that it helps avoid emotional burnout or overexposure. Over-communicating or spending too much time together can sometimes make the connection feel less special. By creating a stir and then disappearing, you preserve the novelty and excitement of the interaction. When you return, whether through a follow-up message or a future encounter, the energy feels fresh, and the connection feels renewed. In conclusion, the create a stir, then disappear technique is a clever way to maintain excitement and keep the other person emotionally invested. It's not about playing games or being manipulative, it's about strategically managing the flow of the interaction to keep things engaging and mysterious. When used correctly, this tactic creates anticipation, boosts attraction, and builds a connection that's hard to forget. It's about leaving them with just enough to make them crave more, ensuring that the next time you interact, the excitement is even greater. Number 7. The exquisite power of a simple touch. In the realm of human connection, the power of touch is often underestimated, yet it holds an extraordinary ability to influence interactions, convey emotions, and deepen relationships. A simple touch, when executed at the right moment and with the right intention, can communicate more than words ever could. It is subtle yet impactful, creating a silent bond that words alone may fail to establish. Understanding the exquisite power of a simple touch is crucial in any social or romantic context, as it can significantly enhance the dynamics of attraction and emotional closeness. Touch is a primal human instinct. From infancy, we rely on physical contact to form bonds, communicate comfort, and express affection. As adults, this need for touch remains, albeit in different forms. The power of touch lies in its ability to convey emotions and intentions without speaking. It transcends language barriers, allowing us to express warmth, empathy, affection, and even desire. Research shows that people interpret touch with up to 83% accuracy, meaning that the way we touch others can send clear signals about how we feel. Whether it's a friendly handshake, a supportive pat on the back, or a tender caress, touch speaks volumes about the relationship between individuals. One of the most effective ways to use touch in building attraction is through the 5 and 15 rule. Aim to touch someone 5 times during a 15-minute conversation. These touches don't need to be bold or overtly sexual. In fact, subtle, non-invasive touches are often the most effective. A light, playful nudge while laughing at something they said, a gentle tap on the arm to emphasize a point, or a slight brush of the hand during a handshake can all deepen the emotional connection. These small gestures make the other person feel seen, acknowledged, and valued, often without them even realizing the emotional impact of the touch. The 3 H's of intimacy, hands, hips, and head, are especially powerful areas of touch when building intimacy. The hands are often the first area we use to communicate through touch. Whether it's during a handshake, a playful high five, or guiding someone by their arm, touching someone's hand, even casually, creates an immediate connection, a nonverbal cue of warmth and comfort. Moving to the hips, light touches around this area can convey a sense of protectiveness and care. For example, guiding someone through a crowd with a gentle touch on their lower back, or lightly resting a hand on their waist can silently communicate attention and consideration. The head, however, represents the most intimate area of touch. Whether it's a friendly tap on the shoulder or a gentle brush of hair from their face, head touches are deeply personal and convey a sense of closeness, trust, and affection. Using touch effectively is not about overstepping boundaries or making someone uncomfortable. It's about mastering subtlety. The goal is to incorporate touch in a way that feels natural, enforced, and respectful of the other person's comfort zone. It's the smallest gestures, sometimes even a touch that lasts only a second, that can leave the most lasting impact. Touch can create a sense of security, signal interest, and even spark attraction when used in the right moments. It acts as a form of silent communication that says, "I see you, I'm here for you, and I care about you," without uttering a single word. To wrap it up, the exquisite power of a simple touch lies in its ability to communicate beyond words. When you understand how to use touch strategically, whether it's a light brush, a playful nudge, or a deeper gesture, you create an invisible thread of connection that draws people closer. It's not just about the physical sensation. It's about the emotional resonance that touch carries. The next time you're interacting with someone, ask yourself, How can a simple touch enhance the energy of this moment and deepen the bond between us? With the right touch, you can leave a lasting impression, building intimacy and attraction without saying a word.